Yeah, unfortunately, Virgin Gang, that is a real thing that's happening. That's going to be an actual conversation that happens. Jason Paige and Rock Sandy talking to each other. That's going to be happening October 18th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not being paid to say that. This is not a sponsorship or anything like that. This is going to be one of the most interesting things that happen in the Pokemon community in a minute. Jason Paige, of course, for the people that don't know who this is, I get comments every single time I mention him. He's the guy that sang the original Pokemon theme song, and he's basically been riding off in our community off that one accolade purely alone. I'm sure he's done other things in his career. I'm sure he's got plenty of other things he's done, but that's going to be the big thing that most people relevant to this space are going to know that he does. That's just how it goes. So, right here, Jason Paige, he's tried to reach out to talk to people who are critical to him before, and he reached out to me. I had no desire to talk to him whatsoever. I didn't want to speak two words in the same actual live sentence with him because I just don't think there's a point to do so. He is 55 years old. He's already set in his ways. He thinks what he does is fine. And quite frankly, I mean, really what he does, the biggest thing for the most part, besides the content theft, allegedly, of course, I mean, there's pretty much proof of that stuff going on, even though PokeSun was claiming content that wasn't hers. She was not incorrect. He does actually go around and just grab people's content, throw it up on his page, and just say, hey, this is mine now. We're going to use this for the fucking algorithm, baby. A lot of the times with no credit for where that came from. He's been doing a little bit better with that recently. Good for you. I'm glad you've made strides in that aspect. But right here, he's going to be... It's still so funny just to look at that stuff. You're going to be debating with Roxanne. Finally, an intellectual on your level, a actual 17-year-old is going to be... your opponent in this. And no offense to you, Rock Sandy. No offense whatsoever. That's not against you. It's funny. I don't really know who on Jason's Page team thought this was an amazing idea and was like, yeah, this is going to be the move that propels you forward, big dog. It's going to be the one that makes you go straight back into the limelight. I'm sure he's doing fine. He's at every fucking event for collections and Pokemon related things I've ever seen. He's basically on there every single time. He's getting work. He's getting around. It's all that stuff. But I don't know why he thinks that like this aspect, basically Rock Sandy is the biggest person who is critical of him, who is going to humor him with a conversation. Once again, I don't see a point in talking to him. Rock Sandy thinks it's going to be a good conversation for his channel. I also agree. It's going to help him grow a good little bit. It's going to be great for his channel, and I think that's awesome for what he plans on doing with that. I just don't know who on Jason's team was just like, yeah, this is the move for you. It's bad for you for two reasons. I'll explain them out to you right here. This is just free fucking advice, so feel free to do what you will with it. Number one, even if you win or lose this chat, debate, whatever the hell you're doing, you're going against a 17-year-old. Once again, no offense to Rock Sandy. If you win, congratulations, you beat a 17-year-old. What are you going to do next? Go to the fucking local park and just start taking candy from kids? You going to start kicking over sandcastles over there too? Cool. What's next, big dog? You beat a 17-year-old in a fucking intellectual conversation. That's the best case scenario for you. You look like a tool when it comes to you doing that. And if you lose to a 17-year-old. That's like you're dumber than like the fucking average high schooler that's here. I'm not saying he's average or anything like that. This is just stuff people can levy against you and have actual things to back it up. It's just it's not a good look. It's not a great thing for you to actively participate in being fucking 55 years old, my guy. And then number two, say this gets out there and this does get a lot of views, because that's why both parties are actively doing this, is to get some views flowing to their page and get some more interactions. Say this does get around. Think about it. The biggest people who are like critical of you are like me and Rock Sandy, and we're relatively like small YouTubers. Dama as well. We're kind of in that like very small niche tuber category people don't really look at us. In fact, about like 30% of our comments, because they're in our section of like the hobby, defend you and go like, you shouldn't be talking about Jason Paige like that, like all this gobbledygook, when they really don't have any idea what they're talking about or why we're saying stuff. All they have is like we're bullies, when all we're doing is being critical of stuff you did or calling you a little bit cringe, which is something I think that Jason Paige can handle. I think that's a little bit fair, and I provided plenty of reasons why I think that. It's just you don't look good if this actually gets out further and more people start discovering just how much of a tool you are. It's not a great look regarding anything that happens with this stuff. It just doesn't look great how you slice it anyway. That's for your team, big dog. Jason Paige's team. I know you're watching this. I really do think that you should probably have him reconsider this conversation and maybe just stop and move forward with what you're doing. Just fucking shut up, smile, take the money, go to the conventions, let people have their fun, and just move forward. You don't come out looking good any way you're doing this stuff. At least if you debated an actual adult, like, then you'd have some kind of, if you win or lose, it wouldn't look so stupid. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses, or the conversation goes well or doesn't go well, because you're fucking talking to an actual child. That's the whole thing that makes this thing so fucking goofy. It just, think about it. Honestly, think about that for a second. I'll be tuning into this. I hope it happens. I really do. I hope he shows up, and I hope it's just the most enlightening conversation we have of the ages. I hope fucking Roxanne, he just goes on like a philosophical rant on why Jason Paige is an actual cringe ball, and he just comes around, he's like, you know what, I'm a cringe ball. I'm gonna stop fucking doing this, I'm gonna stop doing that, I'm gonna not sell my fucking autographs for $5,000 because that's absurd. Hey, you're welcome to do all that stuff. You're welcome to be as cringe and as like fucking weird, or as do whatever the hell you want, big dog, as long as you're not impeding on people's shit. Do your shit, man. I don't care. It's just funny. I truly just do think it's gonna be a very interesting discussion if this happens, and regardless of how the outcome fucking goes, once again, it's Roxanne, a literal 17-year-old, debating 55-year-old Jason Paige, who has so much going on for him in this space that one song's going to keep him going forever. And it's more than I got, okay? That's way more than I got. I still got to clock into work every fucking day, so who am I to say anything about this stuff? I'm just a fucking asshole on the internet with a little microphone. That's all. That's what this is right here, big dog. I'll be tuning in. I hope to see you there as well. I will definitely be doing an evaluation of it after the whole thing happens, because goddamn, that's just, where are you going to get content like this any other place? Where are you going to get stuff like this? It's I love the internet. I fucking love this space. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. See you later. Whoa, you've met your match. You've met your equal. 17-year-old versus Jason Page. Oh man, it's so goofy.